In the late 1950s, Burt Pugach was living what many would consider the American dream. He was a wealthy and well-connected attorney in New York City, enjoying the prestige of his legal career and the privileges of high society. But beneath the polished surface, Burt was a deeply controlling and obsessive man, and when he met Linda Riss, everything unraveled. Linda was 21, radiant and full of life. From the moment Burt saw her, he was infatuated. He charmed her with expensive gifts, grand gestures, and promises of a glamorous future. But the romance came to a crashing halt when Linda discovered that Burt was already married with a child. Feeling betrayed, she ended the relationship. That's when Burt's obsession took a dark turn. Instead of accepting her decision, Burt began to stalk and harass Linda. He would call her incessantly, show up at her home uninvited, and make disturbing threats. His behavior frightened her deeply, but when she went to the police, there was little they could or would do. At that time, stalking wasn't treated as a serious crime. Eventually, Linda met someone new and got engaged. The thought of her marrying another man sent Burt over the edge. His threats became more menacing. He reportedly told her, "If I can't have you, no one else will." On June 15, 1959, Burt followed through on his threats. He hired 3 men to carry out a brutal attack. One of them arrived at Linda's home posing as a delivery messenger. When she opened the door, he threw lye directly into her face. The chemical assault was devastating. Linda was permanently blinded in one eye, and her face was badly disfigured. She was hospitalized for weeks, and the psychological trauma would last a lifetime. The attack horrified the public, and the media quickly turned it into a national story. Burt was arrested, tried, and sentenced to 14 years in prison for masterminding the attack. He showed little remorse, maintaining that he still loved Linda despite what he had done. Most assumed that would be the last she would ever hear of him. But in a shocking twist, after Burt was released in 1974, he reached out to Linda again, and she agreed to see him. Even more astonishingly, they got married that same year. The public was stunned. How could the victim of such a brutal crime end up marrying her attacker? Speculation ranged from trauma bonding to psychological manipulation. But the couple never fully explained their decision. For Linda, perhaps it was a complex blend of pain, resignation, and a need for stability. For Burt, the obsession clearly had never ended. They remained married for over 40 years, often appearing in interviews and even starring in the 2007 documentary Crazy Love, which delved into their bizarre and unsettling relationship. In 1997, Burt was once again arrested, this time for threatening a different woman, but he avoided prison. Linda passed away in 2013, and Burt died in 2020. Their story remains one of the most disturbing and perplexing in the annals of true crime, not just for the violence of the crime itself, but for what followed. It's a haunting reminder of how obsession can blur the line between love and control, and how trauma can entangle people in ways the rest of the world may never fully understand.